you really fast. When you wear a hood like this, you can actually hear those sounds. So I was wondering why I see a lot of young people who are familiar with gang stalking wearing hoodies. And it's because you can actually hear the noises on the material. So I was sleeping and they keep insisting because they said they're using me to make money, that I have to stay magnified, or it's not magnification, it's EMF. So it's radiation. I have to say radiated because they are using my eyes to read. And they said that's how their computer generated me sees. And they said, like, oh, you're going to feel something here. You're going to feel something there. So magnetizing me allows their computer to pick up what they think I'm feeling. So they said they've always been doing this to me. So in the video I just uploaded, you'll see the lump behind my head. I never had a lump behind my head. And I talked about this in a previous video, but I'm going to go on over it again. They lied and said that at Saks Fifth Avenue, this would have been probably, I haven't worked in that position since maybe 2004. So it would have been almost 20 years ago that I saw a little child whose parents were, I won't say the religion, and I said he had a lump on his head to Felicia. That wasn't what happened. I'll tell you what happened. What happened was the little child kept waving at me. So when he saw me, he waved at me and I said, oh, hi, kid. And so his parents came up to me and they looked at me and I said, hi, how are you? Can I help you? And they just kind of stared at me and they saw his reaction to me. And I kept saying hi to him. I said, he was such a cute kid. So they started talking to me, and out of nowhere, they said their grandmother, meaning the parents' grandmother. I said, oh, that's nice. You know, they're talking to me. I said, oh, that's nice. They said, as the conversation went on, they said they had the same grandparent, meaning their grandmother was the father's grandmother and the mother's grandmother. So I was shocked. So I don't know whether they were, at first I didn't know whether they were first cousins or not, but then they told me they're first cousins. My coworker and I were kind of shocked by that. So when I was telling Felicia the story, I described what happened. I described everything. That's how I tell my stories, as you probably already know. And the little boy had a little lump on his head. So I told Felicia that. It had nothing to do with anything about anything else. Just describing him. He was in a stroller. And he could have been maybe not an infant. He was old enough to see me and keep like looking at me. He made me feel like, I just couldn't believe how he was just into me as a kid. When I say, like, you know how kids like see something and they're like, and it was just such a moment where it touched me. That was the reason for the story. So they twisted this story into making it something that it wasn't. And then they said the reason they gave me this lump that you see in the video is because of the child. And I want to know, how do they know about this? And that's what I'm telling you. I'm getting to a point where I'm very suspicious of the people involved in this whole situation. And that is, oh, they just said, we effed up. Yeah, you did. You really did. The story was not about the child having the lump or making me 20 years later have a lump on my head. It was the story about the child seeing me and treating me, like I said, I told you in a previous video, like I'm a little celebrity. I didn't even know why. But the parents were so taken by his reaction to me that they came over and talked to me. And that's my point with these people. The people doing this are nasty people. There's people I don't feel safe around. And they are using my life to make money. There's a book with my likeness in it already. So we have that proof. It's already been proven that they're doing this. And the people running upstairs are too much